Today online, there are plenty of ways that we can do to so-called make money online or to build an online business. Today, I want to share with you the only 3 things you should be focused on if you're brand new and bootstrapping your business in the beginning. Let's dig in. How's it going? Digital DIY Geek here. And really quickly, I want to show you 3 different products because I want to drive this point home. So the first one I want to show you is this right here. This is my gimbal. And as you can see, this is a Zion gimbal. The honestly, what it is, the make, the model, if I'm being completely honest, none of that matters. I just want to show you the product. So you can see this is the gimbal, and we can just sit that right there. The next product I want to show you is this right here. This right here is a Nintendo Switch OLED with a hard shell for protection. And the final product I want to show you is Lessons in Mastery. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this one is because this is an information product. And, you know, it comes in digital format, which is a 6-disc CD, as well as a digital format. So this is a digital product. Now, the 3 things I want to talk to you today about is the 3 things that you need to know and understand regardless of which product you want to sell. Whether it's digital, whether it's something dealing with entertainment, or if it's something dealing with more professional. You need to know these 3 things no matter what you're selling. So these 3 things are what I would say you should learn and begin to master. I've been studying these 3 things for the better part of, I want to say 10 years. As long as I've been studying human psychology, I've been studying these 3 things. So what's the first one? The very first thing we need to understand if we want to be able to sell anything, it doesn't matter if it's a digital product, it doesn't matter if it's a gimbal, it doesn't matter if it's an audio device, it doesn't matter what it is we're selling. We have to understand salesmanship in print. And this is simply learning how to be able to write words in a way that make people want to buy. So this is called copywriting. So the very first skill set we need is copywriting. If we can't sell, then everything else is for nothing. Because the very first thing we have to do is understand who the market is for this, who the market is for Lessons in Mastery, who the market is in for buying a Nintendo Switch, or who the market is for a task cam. Before we can ever sit down and write one word of copy to these people, we have to understand the problems, the frustrations, the aggravations, and the little bitty small nuances that they wish they didn't have to deal with, or if it had this one little feature, it would just make my life so much easier. Though we need to understand our customers at that level, at a fundamental level, if we want to be able to sell anything. Now, here's the secret to copywriting. Copywriting is in everything we do. Sitting down to create this video, copywriting. Creating a blog post, copywriting. Creating a social media post, copywriting. Everything we do has copywriting baked into it because we're trying to grab our audience attention. We're trying to get them to raise their hand and identify themselves with our different messages. So we want to make sure that when it comes to a skill set that we're going to master, the number one first one is copywriting, because if we can learn how to put words on a screen or words on a page and sell to the masses, one to many, I mean, honestly, the sky is the limit. So copywriting, hands down, is the very first skill set we want to dig into and master. The second skill set we want to master is traffic. Now, traffic is one of those things that a lot of people struggle with. But honestly, what I've learned about traffic is traffic don't have to be complicated. In the beginning, when it comes to driving traffic, you want to pick one platform and you want to go hard on that platform. So for me, it's Google Ads. I know a lot of people don't like Google Ads. I know a lot of people, feel like it's overpriced and all this other stuff. And I would argue that those people haven't been using Google Ads lately, or they set up their campaign incorrectly. Because to be completely honest with you, in the beginning, I feel like giving yourself the best chance at getting started, you're literally putting your ads in front of people who are looking for you right now versus Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok or something like that. All of that stuff is interruption based marketing, meaning you're stopping a person from scrolling. That's your goal. Stop them from scrolling. See if they're interested in this thing over here that you're marketing, and then get them to convert on the other end once they click through to your landing page, which is cool if that's what you like. I like Google Ads because for me personally, I like the structure. I like the fact that you can't just put up anything and it's not the wild, wild west. You got to actually understand a little bit of marketing to be able to make Google Ads work. And that I love. You can't just blindly make claims like you can with some of the other social media platforms. That's the reason why I really prefer Google Ads. But in the beginning, traffic is just simply our ability to get people in front of our different gadgets, devices, information products, landing pages, or whatever the case may be, and getting them to say, yes, I'm interested, or no, I'm not. This is traffic in a nutshell. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to start out thinking you need to be everywhere. I know it's a lot of people out there that say you need to be everywhere and you need to be all things to everybody. But honestly, I'm not going to say that's BS, because it's not BS. If you have the team to do it, you should absolutely do it. But in the beginning, as a solo entrepreneur, bootstrapping it, we don't have the luxury of stretching ourselves that thin over all these different social media platforms, because we won't be able to sustain it. Trust me, I've tried it. I was all over the place at one time trying to post here, there, and I wasn't seeing any results because a lot of effort spread it out over a lot of different places looked like a tiny effort. But a ton of effort spread it out over one place looks like massive effort. So I hope that makes sense to you. So instead of putting 20 posts out there on different places, put that same 20 posts on one platform and get our name known on that platform. And truth be told, today, we don't really have a problem with traffic, because at the end of the day, every single platform, like I really like Twitter. Like plenty of people don't like Twitter, but for whatever reason, the way my mind works, Twitter works for me. Going on social media, going on Instagram, going on Facebook, going on TikTok, those social networks or those platforms just don't work for me in the things that I like to do. Like if I want to, let's say, pick up my phone and I wanted to see what, I don't know, Dwayne Johnson is up to, on Twitter, I could just pick it up and look. On Instagram, I could pick it up and look. Now, the thing about Twitter that I like is I can communicate with anybody on Twitter without being friends with them. That's the reason why I like Twitter so much, because I'm one step removed from being able to talk to anybody I want. So again, you have to pick the platform that's right for you. When it comes to advertising, my place of choice is Google Ads. When it comes to content creation, my place of choice is YouTube. This is where I focus my attention and start posting my content. Last year in 2022, I was all over the place. I was trying to create a podcast. I was doing multiple things. I had 4 or 5 different websites going. And because I was stretched so thin, it looked like to the outside user or somebody who was following me that I was inconsistent with my actions. So you want to make sure you're not spreading yourself too thin, and you want to make sure that you pick one platform and you focus on that. Okay? The third and final thing we want to focus in on is conversions. If we understand how to write copy for this, we understand how to get traffic to it, the very last thing we need to understand is conversions. Conversions is simply if 100 people hit my website to see this gimbal, how many out of that 100 actually bought this gimbal, or how many opt in? So usually in conversions, we have it set up to where when somebody hits your landing page, that's your conversion. So let's say out of that 100 people that hit your landing page, 100 people hit the landing page. I give up a free offer, maybe an action guide on how to use this gimbal. And let's say 50 of those people take it. So I have a 50% conversion rate. Let's say of that 50 people on the very next page, I say, okay, well, I'm offering, let's say I'm selling this version part 2 or something like that. And let's say nobody buys. Out of that 50, nobody buys. So that means on my landing page, I have a 50% conversion rate. But lead to sale, I have a 0% conversion rate. And I would need to figure out on my sales page, what's the difference between my landing page and my sales page? Like it would have to be some type of disconnect, meaning maybe the expectations is way too high over here, or maybe what I'm presenting over here isn't as good as it was over here. So I have to figure that out. And that comes down to understanding conversions, understanding how to tweak your page, understanding a little bit about human psychology and what people want and what's going to actually move people to action. And that is the three things we should be focused on. Understanding copywriting, traffic, and conversions will literally be the three skill sets in the beginning we need above anything else. Now, there are plenty of other things that we have to get done, and there are plenty other skill sets that's required of us to build our business, but none of those skill sets require us to actually get good at them or get great at them. We just need to know the essentials. We just need to know enough to be able to get our thing done and online. Now, I actually created a video on that. You can click right here to see that video where I talk about the three things, three secrets you need to know, the three secrets you need to understand to be able to build a business. And these three things are things that we all must accept, especially as brand new entrepreneurs, if we want to be successful. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you want to be notified of the next video coming out. Till next time, I'm the Digital DIY Geek. I'll catch you in the next video. Later.